Welcome back to our Learning for Knowledge YouTube channel. Cycles of concentration, or which is abbreviated as COC in cooling towers, is very important phenomena in cooling tower operation. In this video, we will try to explain the cycle of concentration in cooling towers, how can we calculate the cycle of concentration, and how can we control the cycle of concentration during the operation of cooling tower. This is our third video in the series of cooling tower, and in this video we will describe the important term cycle of concentration. Now, what is cycle of concentration? This is the common term used in describing the water use efficiency of cooling tower water systems. It is normally called cycle of concentration and abbreviated is COC, or sometimes just cycle, and also called hydraulic concentration factor. So COC basically represents the relationship between the makeup water which we will provide to the cooling tower during its operation and the blow down quantity, that the water which we will discard during the operation of cooling tower. So this is basically the ratio of these two phenomena, or the water, that water we make up and water we will discard or blow down during the operation. So cycle of concentration is basically the measure of the total amount of minerals present in the cooling tower water and the relative to the amount of minerals present in the makeup water. So basically we will take the ratio of the total dissolved or minerals present in the cooling tower and the total dissolved solids or minerals present in the makeup water. So you can say the minerals present in the cooling tower water is equal to the minerals present in the blow down water. So we can also use the ratio of the minerals present in blow down water to the minerals present in the makeup water. Normally what happens during the cooling tower operation? The evaporated water contains no dissolved solid. It is the pure form of the water and it cannot carry any of the dissolved solid. Therefore solids concentrate in the remaining water, because when some of the water evaporated, the remaining amount of water is now much more concentrated in the minerals present in that water, because the water evaporated did not take or does not take any of the minerals present in the water. Therefore COC, cycle of concentration, represents the accumulation of dissolved mineral in the recirculating cooling water. This basically terms explain how much solids or minerals are now present in the cooling tower water. If we have a higher value of COC, then this means a higher concentration of minerals, or if we have a low value of the COC, then it means low amount of minerals present in the cooling tower water. So the higher the COC, the greater the water use efficiency. This means that if we have a higher COC, we are utilizing more water and discarding less water. That's why water use efficiency, not quality of water, this is water use efficiency, is basically improve or better if we have a COC less, or maybe if this is equal to 1, then this becomes the once through system, that water comes from one side and then it will discard it whole. But if we retain some water, the value is going up and up. For example, if we retain 50% and 50% will be discarded, then COC will become 2, and if we discard 1/3 of the water and keep 2/3, then its COC will further increase. That's why it basically represents the water use efficiency, how much efficiently we are using the water and how much water we are discarding. If we discard or blow down less water, then basically we are operating our cooling tower on better efficiency. So most cooling tower systems operate with a cycle of concentration, that is COC of 3 to 10, where 3 represents acceptable efficiency and 10 represents very good efficiency. However, with this increasing good efficiency, there are certain problems also arise. We have to compromise in the water usage efficiency and the other parameters which are affected due to increase in solids in the cooling tower water. So basically, COC is a measure of the efficiency of water use. Cooling towers typically operate within a cycle of 3 to 7, and previously I told you 3 to 10. So the 7 is basically taken as the value where we are trying to optimize the use of water and trying to avoid any of the effects due to concentration of the solids inside the water, which may be scaling or corrosion or other effects. So systems operating above 7 to 8 cycle, normal water treatment dosages need to be greatly increased. Why? Because if more solids are present in the water, this will lead to scaling in the piping systems, or you can say due to presence of some certain sort of solid, they will attack the material and maybe it will take to more corrosion of the system. That's why we need more water treatment chemicals to be added, which increase the cost of the dosage of the chemicals which are corrosion inhibitors and dispersants and or anti-scalants. So how can we calculate the COC? Now, one method of calculating COC is by volume. If both makeup and blow down water volumes are known, COC by volume can be calculated, as that is by dividing the quality of the volume of the water in makeup divided by the volume of the water blow down. So COC has no units. Makeup water, its units in kilogram per hour or gallon per minute, and blow down losses kilogram per hour or gallon per minute. So this is the formula used to calculate the COC by volume. Example. So if we are providing the makeup water to cooling tower at the rate of 7.2 liters per second, or you can say 100 gallon per minute, and blow down is 0.72 liter per second, then how can we calculate? Just simply dividing this makeup water to the blow down water. So 7.2 divided by 0.72, this comes up to be 10. So in this particular example, in this typical example, we are operating our cooling tower at COC of 10. This is very simple way of calculating COC. Now, COC can also be calculated with the help of water analysis, and normally this water analysis is used in the calculation of COC. So COC can be determined by the mineral content of both makeup and blow down water. We analyze both water and then, for example, determine the conductivity of the recirculating cooling tower water and makeup water. The blow down water will have the same conductivity as the recirculating water, because we blow down or we discard the water which is present in the cooling tower. That's why the chemistry of blow down water and cooling tower water are same. So conductivity is commonly measured in micromoles or microsiemens per centimeter, and COC can also be estimated by using other quality parameters such as chlorides, silica or sulfates. It means that instead of using chloride for the calculation of COC, we can use chloride, sulfate or silica or some other compounds or other salts to determine the COC. So the relationship is C is equal to the blow down electrical conductivity divided by makeup water electrical conductivity, or blow down chloride divided by makeup water chloride. And so there is no unit of COC. So these are the terms which are explained here. That is, B conductivity of blow down, M is conductivity of makeup water, B used for blow down and M used for makeup water. So the example, the measured conductivity of the blow down recirculating water is 800 microsiemens per centimeter and the makeup is 300 microsiemens per centimeter. So by dividing we get 2.67. So basically in this typical example, the cooling tower is operating at cycle of concentration of 2.67 or approximately on 3. So this has COC of 2.67 or 3. Now COC based on other parameters like calcium, magnesium could be considerably less than that based on conductivity or chlorides. Why? Because conductivity reflects the total amount of minerals dissolved in the water, or you can say the ions present in the form of completely dissolved ions present in the water or chloride, because chloride is also very highly soluble in the water. However, calcium, in case of calcium and magnesium, normally what happens with calcium and magnesium, the calcium ion present in the makeup water and then the calcium and magnesium ion present in the blowdown, they will not normally concentrate in the similar ratio. Why? Because due to scaling took place in the piping systems in the cooling tower, some of the calcium or magnesium settle down or precipitate in the system as in the form of calcium carbonate or sulfate or phosphate. That's why the true calcium feed in the system is now shows its less value. That is, if we feed, for example, we feed 10 calcium ion in makeup water, and after 3 cycles this calcium must be 30, but when we carried out the analysis, it normally comes down something like, for example, 25, 26, 20. The remaining calcium is precipitate, and due to its less solubility, its compounds less solubility in the water, its value in the cooling tower is not true. That's why the COC calculated with the help of calcium or magnesium sometimes shows less value. However, if conductivity or chlorides are used, they show exactly same cycle of concentration value in the cooling tower. Similarly, chemical additions of sulfuric acid can yield higher sulfate levels than those species cycled up naturally. Why? Because when we add sulfuric acid to control its pH, it also provides additional sulfate other than the sulfate provided by makeup water. That's why it shows higher cycle of concentration as compared to actual one. That's why we normally try to use chloride or TDS in order to determine the exact or correct value of cycle of concentration. We normally avoid the use of calcium or you can say sulfate for in the determination of the cycle of concentration. In case we are not using any of the additive which contains sulfate ions, then we can use this sulfate to some extent for the calculation of COC. So how can we control the COC? A very simple rule. To increase COC, decrease blowdown. That is, we must discard less amount of water from cooling tower. That is, blowdown valve must be closed or turned in order to reduce the discard of the used water, or blowdown must be reduced. If we want to decrease the cycle of concentration, increase the blowdown, that means we are now removing more water from the cooling tower and now cycle of concentration is decreased. So it is basically there is no thumb rule that you can operate this on any of the single value, but depend upon the makeup water, temperatures and other conditions of the operation of cooling tower to optimize this cycle of concentration. However, in generalized, the cooling tower is normally best operated from 3 to 7. 10 is also acceptable, better water efficiency, but now you have to face some of the problem and you have to increase the water treatment chemical dosages which controls corrosion, which control scaling in the system. That's why you have to carefully look after what value of cycle of concentration is useful in your system. But very simple, if you increase the blowdown, this will decrease cycle of concentration. If you decrease the blow down, this will increase the cycle of concentration. So during the operation of cooling tower, we normally calculate the cycle of concentration and keep eye on the cycle of concentration for the best utilization of the cooling tower water efficiency, to efficiently use the water and to reduce or optimize the dosages of corrosion inhibitor, scale inhibitor like antiscalants. And we also have to focus on because if more TDS are accumulated in the system, then this may lead to some of the problem of corrosion or scaling. So the purpose of the cycle of concentration is to use the system in efficient way and carefully. So this is all about the COC, cycle of concentration, used in the cooling tower operation. I hope you will understand and like this video.